Come on in, little wanderer. There's a seat waiting for you here in my cozy studio. Lately, I've been feeling a pull towards something slower, a way of living that feels a little more like times gone by. I came across this quote by Lao Tzu. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished, and it's been quietly echoing in my mind ever since. Slowing down in a world that moves so quickly isn't easy, but I think it might be worth learning how. So this month, I'm going to try, and if you'd like to sit with me, paint with me, and figure it out together, I'd love to have you along for the journey. I'm starting off this journey with my usual ritual of drawing a fairy. I draw a fairy for my patrons every month, and this month's fairy is claiming a patch of her very own land. It was a beautiful sunny day this weekend, so I ventured out into the Adelaide Hills to a lovely little secluded spot called the Cherry Bomb Cafe. They make amazing brunch food and delicious coffee. It's like art for the taste buds. It's a gloomy, rainy day today, and honestly, the studio feels so cozy. Yesterday didn't quite go to plan. I had a bit of a chronic health flare-up, but I'm feeling better and happy to be back. I'm continuing this month's fairy for my patrons, just slowly building her up layer by layer. So let's listen to the rain and keep bringing her to life. I have a lot planned for today. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to get through it all, but we'll see how we go. First off, I'm getting out my Sendak. This is one of the most useful tools I have as an artist. I got this new pencil set recently. It's the Prismacolor erasable pencils. Before these, I had some pastel pencils which I now gave to my mum because she works in pastels and they just weren't working well for me. First off, I have to sharpen them up. My electric sharpener is so useful for this because I have so many to get through and it would just be so tedious doing it all by hand. I got through today's painting way faster than I expected. I'm loving the soft, gentle look I achieved with her. She looks so happy in her clover field. I'm really happy with how my fairy turned out. She feels so full of life now. Soon, she'll be heading off on her little magical adventure, making her way out to my patrons all across the world. The thought of that feels so special. But for now, I'll leave her here to rest before her travels. Today feels like a bit of a new chapter. I'm stepping away from the fairies and diving into an eerie commission. I'll be working on a portrait of one of my lovely supporters, but with a twist. I'm painting her as Elizabeth from Frankenstein. This is such a dreamy gothic concept, so let's settle in and see how this one takes shape. When Jenny first brought this concept to me, I immediately thought of doing it in watercolours. But that had to wait a while. I first needed to get the sketch figured out. I chose to go with lovely neutral tones so that those beautiful reds would pop. The watercolours really brought out that beautiful, delicate look I was going for. After finishing a commission, I always sign it and add a little sticker label with a title and a date. I'm so glad I finished this one because now I'll be able to send it off tomorrow. She's so cute! Alright, that's it for today. I finished the commission and I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. It feels just right. At this point, I've painted Jenny's cats Fred and Lady so many times I've lost count. They're basically little studio mascots now. A really lovely note to end my day on. Tomorrow, I'll be printing off the Patreon mail Coven rewards. When one of your close art friends hosts an art exhibition, that quickly becomes a canon event. This evening, I'm attending my friend Duyen's nature-inspired art exhibition. I'm so excited.
Hello guys, I'm here with Duyen at an amazing art exhibition and we're going to have a look at some of her cool stuff.
Thanks guys!
Duyen's artwork is filled with vibrant colours and celebrates the uniqueness of all of nature's creatures. Duyen's artwork often features the humble snail, which is her symbol of slow living. Like the snail, she believes in the power of persistence and the beauty of enjoying the path you're on.
So Duyen, what would you say inspired all the work behind this exhibition of yours?
Well, I love working with digital collages, and what inspires me most as an artist is colour, nature, and just mixing it all together.
It's very you. We can see it in all of your work. It's
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This exhibition is something very personal to me. It reflects my love for nature and the quiet beauty that exists in everyday life. Creating these pieces has been a way for me to pour my heart out and express my love for nature and colour.
The website is www.duyendale.com. Thank you.
Duyen sells all her artwork through her website, which features prints, apparel, and other accessories. She even creates her very own zines with vibrant illustrations and heartfelt stories. Let me know in the comments what Duyen's work made you feel.
Tonight we're off to see Dracula's ballet, but we're going to grab some dinner first.
We slipped into this dim little bar before the show, everything lit by candlelight like something out of a gothic dream. I had the best burger and these smoky, moody cocktails that felt very on theme. I think it set the perfect tone for our eventful evening. Inside the theatre, everything felt so dramatic. The music, the movement, like Dracula could step off the stage at any moment. It was eerie in the best way.
It was amazing.
Absolutely excellent.
So stunning. Way better than the movies.
Indeed.
I started my morning by sitting down to write a thank you letter for a customer whose order came through my shop this weekend. Every single order still feels a bit unreal, like a quiet little tap on the shoulder from the world reminding me that something I made in my studio has found a home somewhere else. Running a small business feels a bit like tending a flickering lantern. Some days it's bright and buzzing, other days it's just me and the quiet. But every order is like someone gently adding fuel to the flame, keeping it going in the sweetest way. Today is one of my favourite days of the month. I'm printing off my Patreon mail Coven rewards. It's always such an exciting part of the process seeing everything come to life. I'll be putting Lady Gutenberg to work as I take you through the whole process with me. Let's get started. I have a bit of an obsession with paper, textures, tones, the way it feels, and I've built up quite a collection over time. My creatures feel different depending on what they're printed on, like the paper is part of their personality. My fairy quest needed something soft and slightly vintage, a little worn like it's already lived in a few stories. Watching the fairy slowly appear feels like revealing a tiny world. Next, it's time to make this month's Patreon stickers. This is where it really helps to have a tidy, organised studio. My cricket, Antoine Louis, is doing most of the heavy lifting here. He's very precise and very dramatic. Making stickers is quite an art of its own. Healing is the best part. This little fairy is going to stick to someone's heart soon. My fairies are all ready for their travels abroad. I'm so excited to send these off to my patrons. Let's get them packed up. I lay out each fairy quest, the stickers, all the little extras, and start filling each envelope like a tiny parcel of magic. It always feels a bit like sending out creatures to another world, like each fairy has her own journey ahead. Of course, I have my trusty stamp, Spice the Rat, who officially approves every envelope before it goes out. He's basically the final quality control. This is everything that goes into my Patreon mail coven. If you'd like to receive these little worlds in the mail, you can join my Patreon and become part of the coven. There's purring excitement in the studio today. I'm going to bring some kittens to life in watercolour. They've been scattered about, refusing my paintbrush for days now. I think it's time I brought some order to their chaos. The kittens might benefit from it, but order is something I feel I need a little less of in my studio lately. This month hasn't exactly gone as planned, but strangely, I felt like my calmer mindset has cultivated a better headspace for my art. I guess that isn't really strange. In any case, I really hope I can wrap these kittens up soon.
The kittens were especially mischievous today. Absolute chaos on the page. Every time I thought I tamed them, they wriggled right out of place again. It was so nice spending a few cozy hours in the studio with my livestream community, sharing stories and trading inspiration. My cats are not finished yet, and that's alright. I'm taking it slowly. I can't wait to see these tiny creatures become what they're meant to be.
Tonight, I'm printing out my portfolio for an illustrator conference I'm attending in Melbourne, and suddenly it all feels very real. I'm in my final few days in the studio before I fly out, and I can definitely feel that mix of excitement and nerves creeping in. Seeing all of my work printed like this is kind of surreal. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it in my next vlog.
And just like that, this little chapter comes to a close. This month, I really let go of my usual structure and just embraced each day as it came. I think I needed that more than I realized. It feels less like a month of finished pieces and more like a quiet season of brewing ideas, gently taking shape for what's to come next. That quote's been sitting with me the whole time. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. And I think I'm finally starting to understand what that means. If you'd like to support me, please check out my store, subscribe to my Twitch channel, or pledge to me on Patreon. I want to thank my patrons for sponsoring this video and allowing me to spend time on creative projects like these. Before you go, I'd love to know, what part of this month's vlog did you enjoy the most? Until next time.